Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be me testing out your least favorite makeup products. This is kind of like a preview of what I did. Let me just say that I can see why you guys don't like a lot of these makeup products. A lot of these were fails, but I really tried to make the products work to the best of my ability. I really honestly did. I tried to give them a shot, and there was a lot of points in the video where I really wanted to just wipe off all my makeup and just not even do this, but I kept going because I wanted you guys to see that, you know, it happens. Sometimes we play with makeup and it just doesn't work out the way we envision it in our minds. But I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you all so much for all of your recommendations, because I got a lot of things from Twitter and Instagram from you guys sending me your recommendations of your least favorite makeup products, and it was really fun going through everything. I didn't include obviously everything because I really wanted to test out products that I never tried before. A lot of these things I either maybe never used, or maybe I tried like once or twice before and I kind of like forgot about them. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to grab a snack and subscribe before you leave, and let's go ahead and jump into it. Alright guys, so I'm starting off with brows. Today I have this Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Brow Pencil. I have this one I think in the deepest or darkest shade right here. This is actually the only one that they had left, so I just picked this up. I'm going to use this to outline my brows. You guys were telling me that this is waxy and that the pencil breaks really easily. Just by twisting it up, it does look like it's already going to break. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but if I go like this, I can like push the product down and I feel like it's gonna break. So I'm gonna go very light-handed with this to outline the brows and just hope for the best. Oh, it broke. I was waiting for that to happen. That's kind of annoying because when pencils break like that, then it's like you're going through the product so quickly. Oh, and it broke again. Hey, so I see what you mean, girl. This is obviously a very not good formula. I honestly, just right off the bat, I hate when that happens just in general with lip liners, with eyeliners, because I think it just defeats the purpose of having the product because you're going to go through it so quickly. I got to obviously outline the brows and everything. I probably wouldn't repurchase it though because I can tell that it's going to keep breaking. Honestly, it just seems very cheaply made, the brow pencil. So I love the ColourPop brow pencil. That's like my favorite. I use the shade Bangin' Brunette. It's like $6 on their website and I've been loving that one. I also love the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil. I like the L'Oreal Brow Stylist. I like the e.l.f. brow pencil. There's so many other alternatives. So this probably would not recommend. I mean, I guess if you go super light-handed with it, but there's other better drugstore options versus this one. The next thing I have is this L'Oreal Brow Pomade. Now, one of you guys were telling me to get this in the purple packaging. I have not seen any brow pomade in a purple packaging from L'Oreal. This is literally the only one that I could find, and I went to different drugstores. I even looked online, and this is all that I saw. So I don't know if this is the one you're talking about, but that's what we're going to use today. So it does come with a little brow brush, and I don't think I'm going to use it, to be honest with you, because I love my e.l.f. angled brow brush. So I got this one in the shade Deep Brunette. I don't know if this is going to match me just because it does look pretty dark, but the only other shades that they had were Warm Brunette, Light Brunette, and like Blonde or something, and obviously those aren't going to work, so I just went with this one, which is, I believe, the darkest shade. Honestly, I don't really love the formula of this brow pomade. I feel like it's kind of very thick, very waxy. It's not super creamy. It's not gliding on the brows the way that I like. Brow pencils for me are a hard pass. I do not like them, especially the pomade. I felt like it was just super waxy. Not the easiest product to work with. It doesn't really glide on the brows like my Anastasia Dip Brow. And before anybody comments down below and says that my brows look really harsh, I know. I feel like the color obviously is super off, so those for me didn't work. But moving into eyeshadow, I'm going to be going in with the Too Faced White Peach palette. I've actually never tried much from this collection. The only thing I've tried are the foundations and the setting spray. So this is what it looks like. Honestly, the palette is pretty, but it's not something that I personally would purchase. Like if it wasn't for this video, I probably wouldn't get this palette. That's why I didn't actually get it, because the colors are just kind of like meh. First color I'm going to take right here is called Peach Cream, and I'm going to use that to set my lids because I just applied some NYX eyeshadow base. Oh, this is very white. I'm also going to go in and apply some tape really quick. Alright, I'm going in with this shade right here, which is called a Peach Suede. And by the way, I'm using a BH Cosmetics blending brush. This one is from the Dot collection. There is a little bit of kickback with the eyeshadows. Usually though, I've said it like so many times, but it doesn't really bother me. I'm gonna take the same brush and go with a little bit of the shade right here, which is Creme de la Peach. Looks like it has some glitter in it, but hopefully when I apply it in the crease, it won't be that bad. I'm gonna go in right here with this shade called Peach Ice. Let's swatch it. Looks kind of chunky, it feels kind of chunky. Like it's a pretty color, but I don't know how I feel about that. Right in the center, or the inner part of my lid. I feel like this might apply better with your finger, and there's quite a bit of fallout in this eyeshadow. Like I said, it is pretty chunky, but it's a really pretty shade though. I do love colors like this, especially in the inner corner. I really feel like it makes that area just so bright and awake. Can you guys see that? There's like lots of fallout with this. I didn't spray my brush though. I'm gonna try spraying it just to kind of see what happens. I don't hate the color, I just don't like the formula of it. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the shade Peach Passion right here, which is more of a deeper sort of purple. This is very intense. And it looks like this also has some glitter in it, but this one feels a lot smoother than the color that I just applied. I'm gonna apply that sort of like on the center part of my lid and kind of just see what happens. And you know what? I'm gonna use the other side of the same Morphe brush. I'm just gonna kind of wipe it off a little bit. Okay, I don't really know what I'm doing right now, honestly.
And I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, girl, that looks crazy.
I'm gonna go in with a NYX blending brush, and I'm gonna take the shade On the Grill, and I'm gonna apply that on the outer part of the crease. Ew, I do not like this at all. I have like a completely different vision and this is just not working. This purple is like really pretty though. Like, to be honest, it has like some like really deep blue and purple glitter chunks in it, and it's really pretty. I tried not to do a warm smoky eye because everybody says that all my looks look the same, so I really tried to use the colors that I normally wouldn't use. The colors are pretty, I'm just not obsessed with the formula of them. I feel like there's like better shadows out there in my opinion, like drugstore and high-end. I do love the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette though, so I don't know if maybe like the formula changed in this particular palette. I'm gonna go ahead and move into eyeliner. Somebody told me about the Wet n Wild graphic marker liner. I feel like I've tried this before, but I think it was so long ago that honestly I don't really remember. So this literally looks like a black marker, like something you would use to write like on the whiteboard, but we're gonna make it work. Let's do a little swatch. Oh, that looks so black. It's not even funny. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Let's leave the tape on because you guys know I'm not the best at winged liner, and I'm gonna attempt to do this on camera and attempt to do 2 even wings. Okay, winged liner with tape is so much easier. It's not super ideal, like obviously I prefer something a little bit thinner, but I don't hate it. I'm not loving this eye look. I don't know. I think I'm so addicted to warm tones and just being in my comfort zone that when I try to step out, I'm just like, ugh, I'm just not loving it. I definitely want to keep practicing with makeup though, because I want to keep doing more bold looks that, I know this is pretty basic even though it's like cool tone, but bear with me. But I don't know, the shadows in here seem pretty like less than average to me. I'm not super impressed. I got a few different recommendations for mascara, but I got a few that said the Maybelline Total Temptation did nothing for them. So I was like, let me give this a try. It just looks like this. It's the one in the pink packaging and it has a pretty large wand. I'm like really tempted to just take this eyeshadow off, but I don't know. I feel like I don't really know if mascaras are doing much unless I'm using it really on my bottom lashes, so I'm going to use this later, but I just did a quick coat. And then for lashes, I got the Ardell Faux Mink. So I actually tried these before. I don't think I've tried this style though. I've tried a few different pairs, but I don't like these either. I felt like they were a little bit too natural for me. Like I don't mind a natural lash, but these weren't as pretty as what they look like in here. But I figured I would give these a try again just because one of you guys were telling me about them, so we're gonna test them out. I do love Ardell lashes, but I also was not a fan of the Faux Mink collection. But we're gonna try these and see what happens. So these are the 817s. They just look like this. You can get these lashes pretty much at any drugstore. I found mine at Ulta and they're not that cheap, so I prefer other lashes, but we're gonna see if these are good. I don't know. So while the lash glue dries, I'm gonna move into skin. We have the CoverFX Blurring Primer. I've never tried this before. I honestly heard mixed reviews about it. I feel like makeup is so like trial and error. I never know what to believe. Like when I'm shopping online, sometimes I don't even like to read the reviews. I feel like everything works differently for everybody as far as like, especially face products. Somebody said it made their foundation all gritty and nasty, and somebody else agreed. So let's see what you're talking about. Okay, it looks like a skin tone color, kind of like the Benefit Professional. Okay, so most of it, I'm gonna focus on the bottom of my face. Actually, just kidding. I'm gonna do this all over my face because I don't have another primer that I'm gonna use, so let's do that. I'm gonna do a generous amount. Gosh, I still have some glitter on my face from that eyeshadow, but the primer itself, I don't hate it. My skin feels pretty soft. And I just bought the Smashbox primer. It's like the one that looks like purple, and it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. I mean, I don't hate it. So the foundation, I had a lot of different recommendations, and some of the recommendations I actually owned. Some I didn't try. I purchased some other foundations already, but I'm going to go in with this one, the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation. This is not a brand new foundation or anything. I've actually seen this around like forever. I don't know why I never purchased it. Honestly, I don't love the packaging of it, first of all. I don't like that. A lot of people say this foundation is super cakey, even like reading the reviews. So I got this one in the shade 33 Beige. I'm not really sure if it's going to match, but we shall see. So I'm just gonna basically apply this all over my face. Some people said not to apply too much because then of course it will get cakey, but let's just go with it. I'm gonna just use this side with a sponge. I'm using this one from Equate. You can get it at Walmart. This does feel pretty thick. I don't know if anything's thicker than the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation though. That foundation is thick. Oh my gosh, this is very, very thick. Like you can tell I definitely used too much. And girl, I do not need that much foundation. I'm actually gonna wipe this off because that's gonna be a cakey mess. I don't need that. Ooh, this is thick, and it might be a little, okay, this is a little too white for me. I did get some color recently. Let me put on the lashes really quick. Ugh, I let this glue dry on this lash a little too long, and now it's not gonna stick. So don't do what I do. I always do that. Oh my gosh, you guys, this foundation, first of all, obviously the color is off. Like I'm probably gonna mix it if I were to use it again with a different darker foundation that I have or some darkening drops. But just in general, this feels right now on my face like I have literally 3 layers of foundation on, and I'm not about that life. Especially with this heat, I'm not having it. It does look pretty, but I feel like I used a little too much. I mean, definitely don't need as much as I did. This is like super full coverage. I ordered this foundation like 2 weeks ago because I was waiting on packages and stuff like that for this video, and I should have honestly just waited to get this foundation because now the color doesn't really match. And for concealer, we have the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. Why do I feel like I've tried this? I really don't think I have though. This is probably gonna also be a little too light. I got this in the shade Light Medium Sand and it feels so freaking thick. Oh my gosh. I feel like this concealer would be ideal, at least in my opinion, for spot concealing, not so much for underneath your eyes. Okay, this video is honestly a fail right now because this foundation is way too freaking light. I look like a vampire or like a Halloween person, like I'm doing honestly a Halloween tutorial right now. Okay, I really need to cream contour right now. Okay, I can't find my Makeup Revolution concealer, which I love for cream contouring, so I'm using this one from Kevyn Aucoin, which isn't my favorite. So since we're doing least favorite products, yeah, I guess that's gonna work out. This is the Kevyn Aucoin Supernatural Concealer in the shade Deep. Okay, I'm like gonna wipe my makeup off the second I'm done this video. Okay, I more so didn't really contour because I kind of just wanted to bronze the skin because yeah, that foundation was way too light. I'm gonna blend this out and I'm using this e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. I really don't mean to sound like negative in this video. I just get so nervous sometimes when I'm filming because like I can see obviously myself in the viewfinder, but I can't see every single detail. One, because you can't really see everything unless you go back and edit it. Then you can see like all the things that you missed while filming. And two, I don't have my contacts in. So I haven't been wearing my contacts because I've been giving my eyes a break for a few months now. But anyways, I just sometimes get nervous because I know obviously on YouTube there's some people who can be a little harsh. So for concealer, or just kidding, for powder, I have the Morphe Translucent Powder. I got both shades. One is in translucent, one is in banana. I wanted to test both of them out, so I figured I would do this here with you guys. So we're gonna also test this out later on and see if this has any crazy flashback. And then with the other side, I'm gonna use the banana version. I usually like banana powders more. I like the tint. I feel like it looks better. I have a video on my favorite translucent powders. If you guys are interested, I'll leave it linked below. So I usually don't bake for that long, so I'm gonna just actually wipe this away because I'm not about that life. Ooh, I feel like my face looks really dry with those powders. I'm actually gonna take a picture right now just to see how it looks because I'm just that curious. Oh my gosh, I look scary. I'm gonna just take this with my iPhone 7. Oh, I knew it. I knew that this powder was gonna, oh my god, that's so bad. Both sides, as you can see, are giving me that nasty white cast. Then for bronzer, I'm gonna go in with this Laura Mercier Baked Blush Bronze, and this one's in the shade Ritual. I got this from Sephora. One of you guys told me that this was pretty orange. And normally I actually like warm bronzers. I would honestly probably use this as a blush. I feel like this is kind of a little too, you know, literal orange, but we're gonna just make it work, hopefully. I'm going to just bronze the skin. Oh, by the way, I'm using a Morphe E3. I love this brush for bronzing the skin. I feel like it's just perfect. I knew that that powder was gonna give me the worst flashback. Like I can just tell by the way powders feel and by the way that they apply when they're gonna give flashback. It's weird because this bronzer looks like it would be baked, but it doesn't have any glitter or anything in it, and like applying it, I actually really like it. I feel like that really bronzed the skin very nicely, and I like this. I think you're right. I think you know me, because I do like that. Now, there was no blush that any of you guys recommended, not that I can remember at least. So I'm gonna mention a blush that I don't like. This is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Rosa Romantica. I love Milani's baked blushes. Luminoso is like my fave, and they have another one that's like a bronzy tone one, but the reason I don't like this one is just because it doesn't show up on my skin, and I feel like even if you're super fair, it probably wouldn't show up. It's just like the lightest pink ever, but honestly, this is just so glittery and powdery that it's like basically non-existent. No, I probably wouldn't even use this as a highlight, to be honest. Like, it's just not pretty. Oh crap, I forgot to set the rest of my face with this NYX No Filter Finishing Powder. So I'm gonna use it today in the shade Medium Olive. I'm gonna use it to, what can I use this for? I already bronzed and applied blush. I can use this underneath here, maybe around the perimeter of my face, because why not? This makeup can't get any worse, I don't think. Looks like this. It kind of looks like the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder or like the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. It feels really, really soft. I'm using this flat kabuki brush from Equate, which again, you can find at Walmart. Okay, I don't hate this powder either. It feels really soft. I didn't get the exact shade that was mentioned just because that wasn't my color. I would probably have to use that as a bronzer, so I just got my shade that I would use just to set my face. But then for highlight, I couldn't find this exact highlight that you were talking about. I know what you're talking about because I have a highlighter trio that's like that one, but it's like the bronzy tone one. It's not my favorite. I feel like it's a little chalky and dry, and I usually really like hard candy highlighters, but that one wasn't my favorite. But just to stick with the whole hard candy trend, I went and I picked this duo up. This is the Twinkle Star Opalescent Pearl Powder Duo. It brightens the complexion with soft focus pearls to blur imperfections and create a soft, radiant, candle-lit glow. So I figured I would just give this a try, and these actually look pretty, but they look pretty glittery. I'm gonna use this brush. This is the AOA Studio F19. You can get this on Shop Miss A, which is that website where everything's $1. When highlighters don't really work for me, usually what I like to do is apply them different ways. So I'll use different brushes, I'll spray my brush just to make the color kind of pop a little bit more. If that doesn't work, I'll spray my face and then apply more highlighter, so just to really make them work. And another thing also, I like to kind of scrape the top of it off if I feel like I'm not getting a lot of color payoff. So just a little FYI, this is not really showing up that much. This looks like a pretty natural highlight. I'm going to spray my face and then probably do some more. I'm going to use two different setting sprays because I couldn't pick one, and I figured I would try both. So the first one is the CoverFX Illuminating Setting Spray. I got the mini version just because this didn't have the best reviews, and from what you guys are telling me, this has a lot of glitter in it, so I just went with the mini size. Then for the other side, I'm going to be using the JCat Makeup Setting Spray. I got this actually on their website. I'm not really sure where JCat Beauty is sold, but I just went online and ordered it. So I think one of you guys, I'm pretty sure you told me that this smells really bad. I actually like the smell of it. I feel like it kind of smells like lavender. Kind of smells like the Mario Badescu Lavender Facial Spray, which is the purple one. I'm gonna shake this up. Okay, this gives you the lightest mist ever, and I don't like that. Oh my gosh, I see it. Oh my god, there's literally tiny specks of glitter all over my face. Yeah, I definitely see that. That's crazy. I don't mind a little bit of glitter in the highlighter maybe once in a while, but like on the entire face, that's a little aggressive for me. I'm gonna finish up the eyes really quick. Honestly, they're so bad. But I do think the foundation honestly looks better right now than when I first applied it. Obviously, I think once I applied the concealer and the powder, I think it kind of just looks a little bit better. A little bit. I'm going to go ahead and just move into under eye. So I'm going to just take the shade Sweet Fig, and I'm going to apply that there, and I'm going to mix it with On The Grow. I'm just taking more of that white color from earlier and really packing it on in the inner corner. Ooh, yeah, there's a lot of fallout. And for lips, so apparently the Tarte lip paints are super dry. I've never tried this color. I got the mini size before when it was like a birthday gift. It was like in the shade Birthday Suit, and I didn't mind the color. Like, I thought it was really good. It felt really good, but I haven't tried it in a little while, so I figured I would give this a try. It's a really pretty color. I don't really love the formula though. Like it's pretty, it's comfortable, doesn't feel drying yet, but I prefer something that's a little bit more opaque on the lips. I don't know, it just kind of feels like a soft matte lip cream like from NYX, and I don't love those, so I'm kind of getting NYX vibes from this. For me, what I always do whenever I'm using liquid lipsticks, I always exfoliate my lips. I always use my Menthol Lip Shine from Bath & Body Works, or just some sort of like lip oil, just so that when you're doing your makeup, you know, your lips are nice and moisturized, but that way by the time you're doing your lips, they're hydrated, they're ready to go. So that usually helps me out a lot. If the lip color is super dry, I definitely recommend going over top with a gloss. Maybe even you could use like a little bit of like a Vaseline type thing and just like dot it on your lips. That way it's not overwhelmingly dry or cracking. That's what I like to do, because there's a lot of liquid lipsticks that I actually really like for example ColourPop, that can be a little bit drying, but I love the colors so much and they're so affordable that I'm willing to risk the dryness, and so that's usually what I'll do with those. Or you can even apply a lipstick over top just to kind of make them last longer and just give you like that creamy formula over top, so it's not super drying. Alright guys, so that completes this video. I hope it wasn't too much of a hot mess for you, but I just want to go through really quick, give you a rundown on the products. I'm pretty sure you already know what I liked, what I didn't like. The things, let's start off with the things that I did like, because I feel like there's more misses than hits in this video. So the first thing that I actually really did like was this NYX No Filter Finishing Powder. I thought it was really soft. I liked the way that it felt on my skin, and I'm not mad about it. Also didn't mind this CoverFX blurring primer. I felt like it made my skin look really soft. I mean, I didn't have any issues with this as far as like the skin texture or anything like that, so I'll keep using this, but so far I actually like this. I also really like this Laura Mercier bronzer. I know that it can look pretty intimidating just because it does look like a baked blush and it looks pretty warm, but I didn't mind it. Like, I thought it was good. It went on super smooth. It wasn't as muddy as I thought it was going to be, or as orange. So I feel like if you have maybe super light skin tone, you could maybe use this as a blush. If you're a little bit darker, it's perfect for bronzing the skin, so this I like. That's pretty much it. Oh, I also really like the J-Cat makeup setting spray. Again, this is something else that I'm gonna have to keep using, but so far I don't mind the smell. I like it, you know, it's good. I like it. This foundation from Marc Jacobs, I'm kind of having like mixed thoughts on it, because I like the way that it looks now on my skin, now that it doesn't look as crazy ghostly white as before. But when I first applied it, it was super cakey, but I felt like once I did the contouring, cream, bronzing, whatever you want to call that, and then I applied the powders and everything over top, I don't think that it looked that bad anymore, especially now after the setting spraying, after it's kind of like sunken into the skin. But when I first applied it, this is very thick and heavy. I definitely need to use less, especially because I feel like right now I don't need a lot of coverage, so I'm going to keep using this and I'll use less product and I'll keep you guys posted. I'm probably going to get a different shade as well, but so far I'm like in the middle of that foundation. The Tarte concealer I feel like is just a little too heavy for me. You definitely don't need as much as I use. This is another product where a little bit goes a long way. So yeah, I didn't really like a lot of the products that I tried. I can understand why you guys recommended these to me, as far as, you know, they didn't work for you guys. This White Peach palette isn't terrible. I've definitely tried worse palettes. I just feel like, I don't know, it's not my favorite. I think for the price, I would definitely pass on it. I think there's way better eyeshadow palettes, and I feel like the color scheme in here, for me personally, just doesn't work. I know that eyeshadow colors are personal preference, but the formula of this for me was just a hard pass, so I would not repurchase this, and I don't really like it. So this Tarte lip paint, it actually does feel pretty drying right now on my lips. I did about 2 layers. The color's really pretty, but I don't really see myself honestly using this on a daily, or even repurchasing this, if you will. But I could see myself maybe mixing this with other shades, but it's okay. This Morphe translucent powder is a hot mess. Oh my gosh, this is awful. Like, completely awful. Oh yeah, this CoverFX illuminating spray, this is not illuminating. This is just straight up glitter. I think they should have called this CoverFX glitter setting spray instead of illuminating. Oh yeah, also the brow products I showed you guys earlier. No, I didn't like those. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really tried to make these products work to the best of my ability. I mean, I'm not a makeup artist, I'm not a professional, I'm literally just a girl who loves to play with makeup, so I know that there's probably a lot of things that were cringy in this video, but I mean, you know, I'm just testing them out. I'm just kind of going with the flow, and I really did try to make some of these work, but some of these products I just don't really see myself gravitating towards in the future, and a lot of these I wouldn't recommend. So let me know down below below if you guys have tried any of these and what are your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. Thank you all so much for all your recommendations and for participating in this fun video. I love you all, and I'll see you in a few days in my next one. Bye.